Hello and welcome to Weekly Current Affairs. Let us look at previous day's question. Which of the following countries is not a part of the Lithium Triangle, a region known for containing nearly half of the world's known lithium reserves? A. Argentina, B. Chile, C. Bolivia, D. Peru. The correct answer is option D. Lithium is an alkali mineral also known as white gold. It is a soft, silvery white metal, the lightest metal of the periodic table. Lithium is found naturally in various minerals including spodumene, petalite and lepidolite. Lithium triangle is made up of Argentina, Chile and Bolivia that contain nearly half of the world's known lithium reserves. The top producers of lithium are Australia, Chile, China and Argentina. Hence, option D is the correct answer.
Welcome SSC aspirants. Drishti SSC is here to support you every step of the way. With free live classes, previous year questions, PYQs, demo classes, exam notifications, and strategy videos. Whether you're starting your journey or looking to refine your preparation, we've got you covered. Subscribe to our channel and stay updated with all the resources you need to crack your SSC exams. For more details, call us at 8750187501.
Moving on to the first question. Consider the following conventions. 1. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change or UNFCCC. 2. Convention on Biological Diversity or CBD. 3. United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification or UNCCD. How many of the above mentioned conventions originated at the Rio Earth Summit 1992? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option C. The Rio Earth Summit, also known as the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development UNCED, was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. It led to the creation or adoption of several key international environmental agreements. The three major conventions that originated from the Rio Earth Summit are United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere, Convention on Biodiversity CBD, conservation of biological diversity, sustainable use of its components, and fair sharing of benefits arising from genetic resources. United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD, combat desertification and mitigate the effects of drought through national action programs. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 2. With reference to glaciers, consider the following statements. 1. Alpine glaciers are found in high-latitude flat regions and have dome-shaped profiles. 2. Ice sheets are found only in Greenland and Antarctica. 3. As of 2025, around 10% of Earth's land area is covered by glaciers. How many of the statements given above is or are not correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option A. A glacier is a large, slow-moving mass of ice that forms through gradual accumulation and compaction of snow over time. As layers of snow build up, the lower layers compress to firn and eventually transform into dense glacial ice. Alpine glaciers, also known as valley glaciers, are rivers of ice that form in mountainous regions and flow slowly down valleys under their own weight, rather than across flat terrain. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. An ice sheet is a vast mass of glacial land ice covering over 50,000 square kilometers. Earth has just two ice sheets, one in Greenland, the largest island in the world, and the other in Antarctica. Hence, statement 2 is correct. As of 2025, 10% of the land area on Earth is covered with glaciers. Glaciarized areas cover over 15 million square kilometers or 5.8 million square miles. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 3. The term statflation, often seen in the news, is best described as A. A situation characterized by simultaneous increase in prices and stagnation of economic growth. B. A situation where economic growth accelerates and unemployment decreases. C. A condition where inflation is low and economic growth is high. D. A scenario where economic growth slows down but employment rates rise. The correct answer is option A. Stagflation means a situation characterized by simultaneous increase in prices and stagnation of economic growth. It is described as a situation in the economy where the growth rate slows down, the level of unemployment remains steadily high, and yet the inflation or price level remains high at the same time. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 4. Regarding the body mass index or BMI, consider the following statements. 1. WHO recommends lower BMI thresholds for Asian populations than average level. 2. It was previously known as the Quetelet index. 3. It is calculated by dividing weight in kilograms by height in meters squared. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option C. The World Health Organization recommends lower body mass index thresholds for Asian populations than average due to increased risk of metabolic diseases. Hence, statement 1 is correct. BMI, previously known as the Quetelet index, is a simple way to check if an adult has a healthy weight. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The BMI is calculated by dividing a person's weight in kilograms by the square of their height in meters. Hence, statement 3 is correct. The formula is BMI is equal to weight in kilograms divided by height in meter square. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 5. With reference to the methodology of GDP calculation in India, consider the following statements. 1. The base year for GDP calculation is revised periodically to reflect structural changes in the economy, such as shifts in consumption patterns. 2. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is responsible for GDP estimation. 3. The GDP deflator used in India is directly derived from Consumer Price Index to ensure consistency in inflation measurement. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A. The base year for GDP or gross domestic product calculations is revised periodically to reflect structural changes in the economy such as shifts in consumption patterns and the relative importance of different sectors. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is responsible for GDP estimation in India and is planning to revise the base year for GDP calculations from 2011-12 to 2022-23. Hence, statement 2 is correct. This revision is expected to be released on 27th February 2026. The GDP deflator in India is not directly derived from Consumer Price Index. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 6. Consider the following countries. 1. Côte d'Ivoire. 2. Burkina Faso. 3. Togo. 4. Nigeria. 5. Mali. How many of the above countries share a land border with Ghana? A. Only 2. B. Only 3. C. Only 4. D. All 5. The correct answer is option B. Ghana, capital Accra, is a West African country bordered by Côte d'Ivoire to the west, Burkina Faso to the north, Togo to the east, and the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean to the south. Ghana, the first black African country in the south of Sahara to gain independence in 1957, was named after the medieval Ghana Empire. It is known for its vast gold reserves and it was called the Gold Coast. Introduced in the 19th century, remains a key export. Since the 1990s, Ghana has seen political stability, economic recovery, and is now cited as a model for democratic governance and reform in Africa. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 7. Regarding the Unified Payment Interface or UPI, consider the following statements. 1. It is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India under the Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007. 2. It mandates the use of Aadhaar-based biometric authentication for all transactions above Rs 5,000. 3. UPI transactions are settled in real time using the Immediate Payment Service or IMPS infrastructure. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C. The Unified Payments Interface is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India and operated by the National Payment Corporation of India. The legal foundation for UPI lies in the Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007, which empowers the RBI to regulate and supervise payment systems in India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. UPI does not require Aadhaar-based biometric authentication for transactions above Rs 5,000. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. UPI transactions are settled in real time using the Immediate Payment Service or IMPS infrastructure, which enables instant money transfers between bank accounts 24/7. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 8. With reference to United Nations Security Council, consider the following statements. 1. It is the only UN body whose decisions are legally binding on member states under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter. 2. The presidency of the UNSC rotates monthly among its permanent members in alphabetical order. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A. The United Nations Security Council is the only UN body whose decisions are legally binding on member states under Chapter 7 of UN Charter. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This means that when the Security Council takes action under Chapter 7, such as imposing sanctions or authorizing the use of force, member states are obligated to comply with those decisions. Rule 18 of the Security Council's Provisional Rules of Procedure states, the presidency of the Security Council shall be held in turn by all the 15 members of the Security Council in the English alphabetical order of their names. Each president shall hold office for 1 calendar month. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 9. Regarding the Pradhanmantri Mudra Yojana, consider the following statements. 1. It provides collateral-free loans to non-corporate, non-farm, micro and small enterprises through various financial institutions. 2. PMMY includes a direct subsidy component for borrowers under all 3 categories, Shishu, Kishore and Tarun. 3. Under PMMY, the Tarun Plus category allows loans up to Rs 20 lakhs for enterprises seeking expansion. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C. The Pradhanmantri Mudra Yojana was launched in 2015 to provide collateral-free institutional credit to non-corporate, non-farm, micro and small enterprises through various financial institutions. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Loans are extended through a wide network of institutions including scheduled commercial banks, regional rural banks, small finance banks, NBFCs and microfinance institutions. PMMY is a credit-based scheme. It does not provide direct subsidies to borrowers under any of its categories. Shishu up to Rs 50,000, Kishore 50,001 to 5 lakh or Tarun 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. In the Union Budget 2024-25, a new category called Tarun Plus has been introduced under PMMY. It allows loans up to Rs 20 lakh to support scaling and expansion of micro enterprises that have outgrown the original Tarun limit. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 10. Consider the following reports. 1. World Economic Outlook. 2. Global Financial Stability Report. 3. Fiscal Monitor. 4. Human Development Report. 5. Ease of Doing Business Report. How many of the above are published by the International Monetary Fund? A. Only 2. B. Only 3. C. Only 4. D. All 5. The correct answer is option B. Reports released by the International Monetary Fund. World Economic Outlook. This is a flagship biannual report of the International Monetary Fund. It provides comprehensive analysis of global economic trends, growth projections, inflation, and policy challenges across advanced, emerging, and developing economies. Global Financial Stability Report. This report assesses risks and vulnerabilities in global financial systems. It offers policy recommendations to strengthen financial stability and prevent systemic crisis. Fiscal Monitor. This report analyzes fiscal policy, public debt, and budgetary trends across IMF member countries. It is crucial for understanding macro fiscal sustainability and government spending patterns. Human Development Report. This is published by the United Nations Development Programme. Ease of Doing Business Report. This was published by the World Bank Group until it was discontinued in 2021 due to data integrity concerns. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now, let us look at a practice question. With reference to the coastal regulation zone in India, consider the following statements. 1. CRZ1 includes ecologically sensitive areas and intertidal zone between the low tide line and the high tide line where no construction is generally permitted. 2. CRZ3 refers to rural and relatively undisturbed areas where regulated development is allowed beyond 200 meters from the high tide line. 3. CRZ4 includes the aquatic area from the low tide line up to 12 nautical miles seaward, where traditional fishing and related activities are prohibited. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 1 and 2 only, C. 3 only, D. 1, 2 and 3. Please provide your answers in the comment section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.